Good morning and welcome to the Morning Express. You are live on Galaxy Universal Network. My name is Harmony Mbele. Let's take a look at your 30 minutes rundown of today's latest news. The Health Minister says that South Africans need to remain cautious of a potential second wave in COVID-19 cases as the country moves to alert level 1. Thousands of people in Botlokwa in Limpopo have taken to the streets over water cuts. In our African news, Kenya's top judge wants parliament dissolved. And we bring you sports as we wrap up later on the show. And taking a look at our first story leading the stories. Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize says that South Africans need to continue the fight in containment of the coronavirus as the virus can still come back again. In a statement, Mkhize warned South Africans against being relaxed, saying that the country has now moved to alert level 1 of the country. The virus could still uptick and take us all by storms, and we need to take the right precautions.
We are not out of the woods. The most important thing is that we still have about 10,000 patients, people who are positive per week. And we also know that there are more than the 10,000 who are infected because the numbers are much higher. We're now searching for the vaccine. Before we get the vaccine, we can't rest. And so South Africans need to know that there isn't anything like level 1 is not like everything is over. Level 1 is just to say, let's try and rebuild our economy. That's all. Let's try and rebuild our social, religious, and traditions and everything that we have to try and bring ourselves back to normality. That's all it means. But the normality is a new normalcy now. It's no longer the same as before. So there's a pre-COVID world and there's a post-COVID world. We are now in the post-COVID world. We have to make sure we take precautions. This COVID can still resurge, and therefore we must not lose the message and be complacent. We still have to continue the fight. Therefore, the containment measures still remain in place.
And on Wednesday, the Health Minister had reported that the country reported 725 new COVID cases and bringing the total to 661,936 with more than 4 million tests conducted throughout the country and over 590,000 total recoveries in South Africa. As we take a look at your next story. Thousands of people in Botlokwa in Limpopo have taken to the streets over water cuts. The community said that the municipality shut off water supply to around 25,000 people. Despite a meeting to address concerns over the weekend, taps in the area are still running dry. Residents of the area have explained part to the municipality that they've been running without water for over 3 years. And they're accused in the double murder of Normandian farm couple in Newcastle on the northern of KwaZulu-Natal has briefly appeared in the local courts and the matter has been postponed. Police Minister Bheki Cele said that they are pursuing 4 more suspects in the double murder of Glenn and Vida Refti, who were shot dead on the KwaZulu-Natal farm last month. Furthermore, as there seems to be unrest in the KwaZulu-Natal area, the Normandian Farm Association's Ronald Colsier seems to be justifying farmers impounding dwellers' livestock grazing on farmers.
The figure of the goats and cattle that were confiscated, those of goats and cattle from a neighbouring farm, the companies on the East Cross. It isn't acceptable to have neighbouring farm cattle and goats eating your crops. It isn't acceptable. Mr. Minister, could you please give me a nod? Is it or isn't it? Secondly,
and Bheki Cele then had this to say after Numedian spoke. Who does he think he is? Cele convened an imbizo in the Newcastle area. Have a look at what he had to say to Mr. Nomadian.
This thing of yours, of putting me here on the spot, wanting to answer you as to speak, is arrogance. You are just completely arrogant. You have no respect. You have no thinking that we're here to listen and respond. You're not my magistrate, you're not my judge, you're not my prosecutor. You put me here and you even say I must use my head either to nod or to refuse. That's arrogance. Don't laugh. If you treat me like this, what do you do with the people that work for you? If you come here and you do that to this table, what do you do with the people that work for you? Sabantu dance, Sabantu song. Respect. There's nothing wrong to respect. Nothing whatsoever. And for you to be respected, show some respect. No. We don't have to be scared of Abelungu. We need to respect one another. That's the only thing we need. Just only that. You respect us, you respect, not necessarily like Abelungu, just like human beings in South Africa. Respect one another. Life will be fine. Take me here, put me on the box, you think I'm a magistrate. You want me to Fuma here. Who are you? Who are you?
And apologies for that, Mr. Begicele had to say rather to Mr. Kolsi about what he wanted to be addressed and these allegations that he had stating about them taking the dwellers' livestock. As we continue to our next story. Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo has set down the 16th and the 20th of November for former President Jacob Zuma to appear in the State Capture Commission, and he has sworn that these dates are not up for negotiation. Zondo said that he would hear an application of summons for the 9th of October, even if Zuma's lawyers didn't confirm his attendance or did not appear for the hearing. The Deputy Chief Justice said that Zuma's main reason for not appearing as expected this week was that he was preparing for his trial.
Doctors have advised him to limit his movements because of his age and COVID-19. And that he was seeking legal advice on the implications of the recent amendments to the regulations of this commission. I do not want to comment at this stage on his reasons for deciding that he would not appear before this commission this week. The media have sent a number of inquiries with regard to him, including questions such as whether this commission will issue a subpoena to compel him to appear before it, and whether there are other dates which have been determined when he should appear. Since his attorneys informed the commission that he would not be appearing this week, in order for the commission to use its time optimally, arrangements were made for the matter that we are going to hear this week to be heard this week. This was a matter that was going to be heard later in the year. So the commission had to rearrange its plans so that we could use this week properly, which otherwise would be wasted. I decided, after the Commission had received his response through his attorneys, to fix the date for the hearing of the Commission Legal Team's application for an order authorizing the issuing of a summons against Mr. Zuma. I have determined that that date will be the 9th of October at 9 a.m.
And the United States is gradually nearing a point where they are close to registering over 200,000 COVID-19 deaths. This last grim milestone for the country just weeks before voters decide whether President Donald Trump stays in office. According to the rolling tally by Johns Hopkins University, 199,531 Americans have died and 6.8 million have been confirmed infected. The United States has had the world's highest official death toll for months, ahead of Brazil, India with over 138,895 and also looking at 87,888 deaths, respectively, throughout the country. And have a look of what the Americans saying the names of those who have lost their lives in Central Park during the coronavirus.
Evelyn Jones.
Evelyn Jones.
Richard Egg.
Richard Egg.
Ann Goins.
Ann Goins.
Liz Owens.
Juan Oyarbide.
Can I have some marshals up here for these cars?
Let's go.
Okay.
And this was what we had for you for the first edition of our news. And quickly, after this quick commercial ad break, we'll be bringing you all the sporting headlines. And what has been happening in our sporting headlines. And we'll see you quickly after this quick commercial ad break.
Hello. The fourth industrial technology era has forcefully changed how every profession has been working for its clients. The world has become smaller than what we used to think. Imagine the ease of talking to a person who is in Australia, China, or Germany while you are in South Africa, as if you're just next door. The ease that globalization and the fourth industrial technology have brought to humanity entail doing business anywhere in the world as long as you have the purpose and the means. It is our expertise as MB Chabangu Incorporated to advise clients immigrating to South Africa on various permits and on opportunities for travelers who intend to sojourn in South Africa for a longer period of time.
Ṣé rí pé ayé náà ti kéré ju èyí tí a rò lọ. Nítorí náà ìmọ̀ wa ní ìsìlọ̀ àti òfin àgbáyé ṣe wá ní ọ́fíìsì àkókò lórí àwọn ìṣòwò ilé àti ìgbaniláyé láti gba ìwé ìrìnnà fún iṣẹ́ okòwò.
Ho MB Chabangu Incorporated, reba eleji di notary le basebedisi le di office tsa rena kwa Pretoria, Johannesburg le Bloemfontein. MB Chabangu Incorporated e humanega ga bonolo go bareki ba rena. Go humana tlhagiso leseding ka botlalo re kgopela le re leletse mogala go 012 341 4187 go ba le re ngwalele lengwalo tsebile go admin@chabangu.co.za. MB Chabangu Incorporated, mo matata a humanago tharollo.
Challenge your ordinary. Experience the extraordinary.
Not only the government, the municipality here has had no plan.
Now, I believe that my peace is my most valuable asset.
Absolutely beautiful! This is exactly what I was looking for! DJ Khaled!
It is is a day to celebrate.
We're ready for action.
I like it when it's nice and soft. Yeah, that is nice.
How was it like growing up in Nigeria? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is.
Feeling is there that, you're doing something special.
Stop being so dramatic, Mira.
You should just be what you want to be.
Experience the extraordinary with StarSat.
Tech Talk brought to you by Tamani Technologies and Systems. Tamani Technologies and Systems takes leadership in fourth industrial revolution. The whole world is facing a transformation. The revolution will be developed into the following stages: digitization, cyber security, Internet of Things, managed services, document management, and business applications. We provide business transformation and ICT solutions with presence in 13 African countries and 2 European countries. We are your leading partner in integrated platform providers, innovation leaders, standalone products, and innovation pace setters. Tamani Technologies and Systems, delivering value across continents.
Welcome back from the ad break as we take a look at your sporting headlines. Well, before we get into that, today I'm joined by a special feature today, and it is Masego Moepi, who's a dynamic soccer player. His goaling experience, how he scores, he scores nets, and he's always putting them behind the net every single time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, before we get into our conversation, allow me to take our sporting headlines. Well, following last week's announcements of Coach Kevin Hart, Kaizer Chiefs management have appointed former star Arthur Zwane and Delian Shepherds as his new assistant. The duo joins the technical team this week, with Arthur Zwane to the first team squad after having been there from 2010 till 2012. Before joining into coaching, Zwane played for Kaizer Chiefs between 2000 and 2010, making 252 appearances in official matches as a winger. And his famous name was 10-111, managed to score 32 goals and winning no less than 12 trophies with the Glamour Boys. Until recently, he coached the reserve team that plays in the multi-choice Diski Challenge, the MDC. This while Shepherds was Hans' assistant and now Hans Bidvest Vids. He joins the coaching ranks after hanging up his boots in 2017 when his team won its first league trophy. Prior to that, he played for the several clubs in the PSL. He also played in Russia and Greece. And today, as I said, we are joined by Masego Moepi. But before that, allow us to take this video.
I'm very happy to be here and hopefully can't wait to get working. I'm very privileged and honoured to be at Kaizer Chiefs. Sometimes in football it's all about timing. Hopefully we can make an enjoyable stay and win some trophies. If you look at the history of the football club, from my time, 1981, as a player against them, to see where the club has grown. For me then, it was the biggest football club in South Africa, from supporter-wise, trophy-wise. The last few years have been a little bit barren, and hopefully we can turn that around. Kaizer Chiefs generally got more support away from home. We look at the grounds when they go to Durban's and Cape Towns and Bloemfontein. So I understand the pressures of getting results. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, but obviously this is totally different from where we were always the ones playing against Chiefs, trying to quieten the supporters. Now we have to liven up the supporters, and it won't be easy. The previous regime did very, very well, unbelievably well. Hopefully we can go one better now and try and improve on the results. We need to play, we need to win, because winning is what breeds a little bit, but we also need to play with a way that people enjoy, but winning has got to be certainly the first prize. This has been a bit overwhelming today. It's the biggest club, it's a huge club. And I've never been to Nutch Arena in my life. Blown away by the facility and the support staff behind the football team. I haven't seen anything like this. This is standards I've seen in the big leagues. I've been all around the world to big clubs, And this is really on par with what goes on there. That's been certainly a big eye-opener for me, to see the support staff behind a football club and behind a football team. We need to improve on the pitch. I think the football club has improved so much off the pitch. We need to certainly bring the standards up and try and bring the team and the club to be competitive and winning again. You've got a squad of players that just come second by 20 minutes. You've got a squad of players that needs to win a trophy again. There's a lot of few players that won a lot here. And are they hungry enough to still win more? And the ones who haven't won, we need to get them to want to win more trophies. The bottom line is...
And in other news now, Orlando Pirates Football Club announced the signing of Thulani Hlatshwayo and Dion Hotto from Bidvest Wits on a long-term deals. So as I said, today we are joined by a soccer star, a dynamic soccer player who's impressive when it comes to scoring goals. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Well, take me through, Uguti, what are you thinking about having Arthur Zwane joining Kaizer Chiefs?
Change is always good for a team.
Yeah.
And, he comes and brings in with his experience, vast experience to actually teach what needs to be taught to the players.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So are you a Kaizer Chiefs fan?
I'm not any club's fan.
I love how decisive that was. But does that mean you're looking into going into any club? That's why you don't have a team, rather, but you are all there for the offers that come to the table?
Yeah, for sure. It's just about work.
Yeah.
And we'll be a fan later.
Okay, cool. You'll be a fan later, depending on who signs you and how long that you get to sign that contract. Take me through Sase Dwana, playing a Kasi, your love for football. When did it all begin?
Yeah, it started from a very early age when I grew up in the dusty streets of Marapiane. For all I can remember, I've been playing football.
Okay.
And yeah.
Your highlights growing up, what was that highlight to Ngosi, playing soccer, when you knew, Guti, I want to do it for the rest of my life?
It actually clicked when I was selected for the interprovincial tournament out of thousands and thousands of players.
Yeah.
And then I had to go and represent Limpopo at a national level.
What?
Yeah.
How was that groundbreaking for Abazali Bako, for your parents who sometimes, Abazali, especially from the township, don't see football as a career? How was that moment for Bona, knowing that you're going to present Limpopo on such a big stage?
So it actually helped me as a player and Abazali to actually see that not actually going to school is what makes your kid happy, but going to school and doing what you love makes your kid happy. So it actually opened that mindset for them to change and actually decide that this boy can play football.
Yeah. I have to ask you this question. I mean, I love the fact that Uriang and soccer is your life. If you're not doing soccer, what would you be doing?
I'd be studying.
Studying what?
So I just completed a qualification in information science.
Okay.
And I'm currently doing Python in IT. Yeah.
So you're in IT. Look, you are all programmer, you are a hacker of sorts, but the new age, the fourth industrial one. But take me through your highlights in like Epole, as you mentioned earlier on that you were chosen to go represent Limpopo at a bigger stage. But what were the highlights in Joba Namtlanju in front of me? What has gathered you up to get to this point?
I'm playing for different teams in South Africa, semi-professional and professional, trying to get exposure.
Take me through your semi-professional career, because other people are looking at you today. Most of them are going to be inspired by your journey, knowing go to Ungasuga at whatever point you are in your life, and you get to build and get to be signed with Chiefs, Sundowns, all these big players teams that we see in the PSL. Take me through your career.
Yeah, so I played for Intatwani. It was a team playing in the Vodacom back then.
Okay.
Before it's now known as the ABC Municipal League. I played for Acadia Shepherds in the Vodacom League, and then I played in the SAB again for Acadia Shepherds, and I played for Garangua when they were still on their way down to ABC. Yeah.
So soccer has been your world. Soccer has been one thing. But when you're looking at the dynamics of football, do you think that we are heading in the right direction as South Africans, as within PSL? Or rather, let me phrase it this way. Do you think players from the NFD are being promoted as equally to the PSL?
For sure, right now it's getting better. There's more positives than back then.
Yeah.
We get to see when NFD and ABC players compete in international competitions. Yeah, and it's great that there's productivity and there's progress.
But one would argue and say that Sundowns seems to be the only team that is bringing up players from the NFD. It's the only team that we see that is recruiting all from the developments, taking young players that are playing in the NFD multi-choice disc, but they're bringing them and playing with the big dogs. And Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, or looking at Bidvest, they are not doing as much. What would you say to that young boy that is still believing, saying Guting Zofika, go PSL?
So now there's no formula to this thing. All you need to do is keep working hard and believe in yourself and have confidence in the skills that you were given, because everyone is talented. But what you just need to do is beat that talent with hard work.
Oh, wow. Beat that talent with hard work. So that's one thing you'd say to the people watching you. But where can we expect you? What team are you playing for now? What are the moves that you're going to be making within the sporting fraternity?
So the lockdown actually disturbed my team. I'm trying to land a proper deal in Poland.
Okay.
So they closed down, and but I'm still a free agent right now, and I'm still weighing the options.
Okay.
So anyone looking for their services, I'm still here.
Yes, man, I love that. You're a free agent looking for that team to make sure that you bring those dynamic playing skills that you have. But if you were on the top 2 teams in South Africa, and we're about to go international, top 2 teams that you are hoping that get to have you in the top starting 11 men in the team.
SuperSport,
okay,
is my first team, and the second one is AmaZulu.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
AmaZulu.
Yeah.
You are not even taking top 3. You are taking all the ones from number 4 who are not even in the top 8 on the leaderboard.
We'll get them there.
We'll get them there.
Yeah.
I love that spirit, saying that he is hungry and he's ready to prove a point to AmaZulu and SuperSport, that is. But I think your departing words, what do you have to say for yourself, for the young boy that is in the township, saying that they only want to get to the point Ugyona Manje? So speak to them into that camera and tell them what you want.
Keep on believing that one day you'll show how great you are, and continue to be a champion, as great as I believe I am.
I mean, I'm really, really inspired. Knowing Guti, I also have brothers. I have so many young people Ekasi that are always watching sports. You know, when I'm at tournament, these big tournaments we host in the township, don't you sometimes wish that would have the PSL, have all the media press coming here to scout for brand new talent? Besides Guti Batate, all the players that we all know, and they're bringing them onto the PSL, but young talent like yourself to come in and to be scouted.
Yeah, for sure, and we still ask them to actually attend the tournaments more and more and bring up this talent that we have from our home soil, because there's very good talent here. That's why we have European-based players which are playing from here. So it's great. Please come through and scout all these talented players.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much, Maseko, for joining me right here in studio.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Well, that was all that we had for you, the latest news bulletin that we had for this hour. And as always, I always say, see you guys same time, same place, tomorrow morning at 9:30 only on the Morning Express. And it is Galaxy Universal Network. Cheers. See you same time, same place tomorrow. Let's go.